Welcome to episode 14 of the Sweet Natured Cruise Cast. Hi, I'm Linz. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello. And today we're talking about why we haven't tried river cruising and should we try river cruising. But first, a little mood music. Ooh,
Did you like this week's moon music?
maybe it's because I've drank most of my wine and I've not eaten, but I didn't mind it.
Oh, I'm taking that as a win.
The snare.
Add a little snare there.
I love the snare.
Oh, I'm glad about that. That's made my day. So, as you said, we're talking all things river cruising today and why we haven't done it. Once we've done that, we'll cover the news stories as usual. But let's kick it off. River cruising.
Yes.
Why haven't we done river cruising before? What is it that we're worried about on it?
It smells.
What, the river?
No, well, also, I think you sat with who you're not, they don't have a lot of tables for twos.
Okay, you're getting into very specifics now.
Yeah, I guess so. And the price, and it's on a river, and it's not a cruise ship.
And we'll break into all of these things. I think they're all relevant. For me,
Yes.
the biggest fear that I've had with it is that it's much smaller. In my head, I'm going back to where I was pre-cruising, which is one of the fears that I had about cruising is that I'd be bored. And obviously, that's not true.
No.
But that fear raises itself again to me for river cruising because it's so much smaller.
It's smaller, but
There's
you're doing...
not that much on the
No.
ship, but you are off it more. And therefore,
You're doing things.
is it more of a land holiday than a cruise? And again, I think that is one of the things why it's sort of got me a
A
little...
land holiday. I know what you mean.
You spend it, if you're not doing that much on the river cruise,
Yeah.
because relatively speaking, compared to a cruise ship, there's not as much to do.
No.
The main source of your sort of activities, your fun, your entertainment are going to be off of
The ship.
the ship. And that's sort of a big fear for me when you're spending so much money to go on it to start.
Yeah, because they're not, it's not an insignificant amount of money because you have to fly to where you're getting to because we have a river near us, but we'd end up in Hull if
But
we...
we have the city cruises that go down the river in York.
Yeah.
I think it goes about sort of a mile in each direction, so that's not a massive holiday, that one.
No.
And it's a bit boisterous where it pulls in at night.
Yeah. But
to
no,
the pubs.
not all rivers are equal.
No, they're not. I don't think we actually have any river cruising in the UK, do we?
I think you can go on the Norfolk Broad.
Well, no, you can go on the Norfolk Broad to Stratford-upon-Avon and you can hire a boat and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a formal river cruise. Right?
No.
Maybe the closest that you could get to doing it would maybe be on the Thames.
Maybe. But again, they're not as, and if they do them, they're going to be super pricey.
I've not come up. If you do know of one, please do let us know in the
And I
comments.
bet it's super pricey.
I've never seen one. I've also never seen anyone else doing one,
No.
which suggests to me there probably isn't any formal river cruising like what we see in Europe, which is, we should probably clarify when we're talking about river cruising, that there's two main areas where people tend to go for a river cruise, which is Northern Europe,
Yeah.
so France, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium sort of area.
Down to Hungary,
Yeah.
Croatia.
Going through some other areas. And then at the other end, going down into Asia.
Well, I was thinking the Nile, but there's rivers everywhere.
There are rivers everywhere,
And
but as you said, not all are equal and not all offer
No.
cruising in that same one. Now, you're absolutely right. The Nile one was probably the river cruise that you talked about to me the most
love to do.
that you wanted to do. And we have watched other people do it.
Yeah.
We've seen Gary do it. We've seen Rich and Helen do it,
Yeah.
visit with us. And it does look fantastic. I have concerns about safety and security up there, which is, my fears of that one are not the same as
No.
getting bored.
And you need a really, I feel that the ship you want to make, but saying that though, Gary slept in the bathroom. And he was on a really fancy
Slept in the bathroom.
fancy boat. Yeah, he had to sleep in the bathroom because of where the engines were.
Oh, no, I do remember. I don't think that applies to all river cruises. I think that was a
It
specific.
happens to Gary. That can happen to anyone.
Oh, classic.
I'd love to do an island cruise. I appreciate why you're not so keen.
No, I'm hoping that one day that I feel more confident to go do that, because I would love to go visit sort of Egypt and
Out of Cairo.
yeah, it's an amazing
I'd love
adventure.
it.
Hopefully one day the world allows us to do it again.
I don't think you'd want to pay though, because there are
That's a different
thousands.
And that again is one of the reasons why it's put me off a little bit of doing river cruises. In the same way that when we talk about ocean cruises, the thing that's put me off trying a couple of cruise lines up to now, I'll mention Fred Olsen because we've talked about that before, is that it's quite expensive.
Yes.
And I'm not convinced that it's for me. In the same way that we know people that have not tried Virgin because they're not convinced it's for them and it's relatively expensive. We know people love Fred Olsen. I'm just not as convinced personally. At some point we'll try it, I know. But it's because it's a lot more expensive.
Also,
for a risky one for me.
I'm going off tangent here, but the bedroom setup that we've seen.
On what?
On Fred Olsen.
Okay.
Looks a bit weird. Anyway, let's go back to river cruising. For the price we'd want to pay. Anyway, back to river cruising.
Yeah.
I think I know of a workaround for us to try river cruising and appreciate it, and not the destination and the activities will suit me down to the ground.
Which is?
Christmas markets river cruise.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one that we've talked about most, that I'm most on board with. Don't get me wrong, I do fancy doing a river cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I have my concerns about it, which I've just talked about. But the Christmas market one, if I'm going to be spending time off and doing things at that point, it seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I like the destinations that those ones go to.
I like the thought of getting off, going to a Christmas market, eating the cheesy sausage, drinking the boozy hot chocolate.
Not cheesy chips, cheesy sausage at this one.
Cheesy.
Not a currywurst.
No, I like cheesy breakfast. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, are you selling yourself river cruising by thinking about a big cheesy sausage?
I just like sausage, and I just like Christmas.
I'm clipping that bit out, and that's going to be the promo for this week's one. I just like sausage.
And Christmas.
And Christmas. Oh, no, I'll clip out the Christmas bit.
No, I think Christmas gives it context.
I don't want context for that.
No, and I like booze, and I like Christmas.
Yeah, and I think that one would do all.
And I like trees.
So, less trees in the river, but the side of the river.
And on the tree.
All right, so let's assume that we decide that a Christmas market river cruise is the first one that we should try.
Mm-hmm.
We have talked about this on the live streams before.
Yeah.
It's ones that people have suggested to us.
Yeah.
Which river cruise lines should we be looking at them? Which are the ones that you think are going to most fit you and what you want to do, and which one do you think will sort of work for me best?
Oh my goodness, that's a question, because I'll be quite honest.
Forgetting about prices.
Oh no, I was going to say the price is very important, because the price is the thing.
It is, yeah.
There's a lot that do it, and the price, I think, would have to...
So what's your lower end of the market then?
Well, lower end's still blooming pricey.
Yeah, but lower end of the market is not crazy price. I've been looking at them recently. I've been looking at them pre-recording this today. And lower end of the market, you can get on there, depending when you want to go.
For Christmas?
You can get on there for about £1,200 a person.
Is that
for a week?
Room?
That's in a normal room with a window.
Is that Swan View? Or is that like...
No, that was just a normal... It wasn't below water view. It wasn't where you see the swan's feet or its bum.
No, I don't want to stay in the Nautilus.
No, it wasn't. That was £1,200. I think that one that I saw at that price was TUI. And it was £1,200. It was about £2,400 for their Christmas market one, if I remember right.
It's still not...
I did check a lot of them, so I could be wrong.
Ooh, it's still not, like, super reasonable.
It's not, but when you look at it compared to a normal cruise, cruises these days have got more expensive. And a week's cruise, unless you're staying on an inside cabin, which is your equivalent of Swan's bottom view, then you're going to be paying £1,000 a week for most cruise lines now, upwards.
Okay, and you get your drinks at dinner. I'm not sure.
Not on every cruise line. Not on every river cruise, you know.
I don't know how I'm going to deal, like, sitting with people as well, because I can be quite painful.
No.
I can. If you have to sit next to me.
Why are you painful? I don't think you're painful.
It's hard sitting next to me.
I've been sitting next to you for nearly 40 years. Back on and still sitting next to you. When you talk about the dining, that is one of the bits that we've talked about, that a lot of river cruises, because the nature of them being small, again, going back to my fear that it's a much smaller thing, a lot of them don't even have tables for two. So you're on a shared table with either different people each night or a collection of people. I think I like the idea of it being different people each night, because just in case you sat with people who you don't necessarily want to sit with for the rest of it, or they don't want to sit with us for the rest of it. And given what you just said about being hard work, they might not want to sit next to you for the next 6 days. So that's one of the things that puts me off a little bit. Now, I know that doesn't apply to everyone, because the new Amma Magna,
Yeah, she's
much bigger and even has a pool on top.
Ooh.
But that has a lot of tables for two.
Like it. You see, I like a table for two.
Yeah, 'cause each night becomes a date night.
Yeah, I like a date night. I don't want to inflict myself on people.
No, and especially, when we're there, we're not in people's face when we're recording at the dinner table. But just, filming the food and filming you trying the food, you do feel a bit of a dick if you're doing that when there's other people sat around you.
Yeah, and I mean, and it comes a bit of people do that. Even
absolutely, they do. It's just a personal bit that I'd feel a bit obvious doing it.
Yeah.
But that's my problem.
Yeah, so that one, that goes in the cons box. Pro Christmas, pro sausage, pro boozy hot chocolate.
But I don't think what we've talked about.
Pro snaps, pro glue van.
Pro snaps and glue van. I'm a big pro of those. I don't think we've talked enough there about the potential river cruise lines that we would like to try. Which ones have you properly looked at?
I've looked at a few, and they've made me go like I'm costing to retile your bathroom.
Depends how big your bathroom is.
Well, it makes me go, surprising.
So when we've talked about it in the past
on
it, and we both come back in work and doing this evening, so we haven't been talking about it today.
No.
We've looked at Viking, we've looked at Riviera, Emerald, Amma, and TUI.
Yeah.
We've properly looked at those. Mm-hmm. And then we've kind of looked at like Arosa and Scenic and a few.
You've looked at those. I've not looked at those. I saw how much TUI was charging and went, wow.
Yeah, TUI is kind of that entry point.
And
it's up from there.
And TUI is pricey.
It's not. It's
blooming pricey.
No, it's what you would pay for a balcony on most cruises these days for a week.
Did you notice it were 5 nights as well?
No, some of the ones I was looking at were 7.
Oh, there were 5 that I was looking.
I mean, when it's 5, it's a little bit more expensive, but we've seen ones for 2 nights on Disney that cost that.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, also, I'd want to fly into somewhere like Frankfurt or somewhere that's.
Well, it depends what your river cruise is going.
I guess so, but I'd like to go into an airport.
We don't want to fly into Frankfurt if it's going out of Bruges.
I want to go into an airport I've heard of.
Right, so you want to go like Schiphol or Schiphol. What did I say? Schiphol. I don't know where that one is.
I thought that's Amsterdam.
That's what I meant. So one that's an easy, because that's the other side of it. You were touching on this at the start, that it's wherever we go for
on the German market's Christmas cruise with sausage. And
I mean, that kind of means we've got to do the Rhine.
Don't care. It's got to have sausage. It's got
Well,
Christmas
no, if you want to do German Christmas market,
I want to do
it's the
German
right
Christmas
one.
markets. Let
The
me do.
Danube doesn't go through Germany, does it?
Oh.
There's my lack of getting any grade at
People, their eyes are twitching.
Yeah, they're just going, do they not know anything?
I don't know anything.
I didn't do geography at school.
You just want Christmas. Just want Christmas.
Well, Christmas will be here anyway.
Yeah, but I want
Christmas market.
I want a Christmas market cruise with Christmas.
Okay, so is that what you're suggesting should be the first one that we?
Yes, that's. Okay. I don't know if I've been clear.
No, I don't feel that you've been clear enough to this.
I've been now clear enough that I want Christmas.
Do you have any concerns about the Christmas market cruise?
In what way?
Well, any concerns about the river cruise in particular, but about the Christmas market one?
Are we talking like the river might be too high and we can't stop off and we have to get on a bus on the river?
Why not? All of those things are relevant because they're not things that we generally have to think about on an ocean cruise.
As long as they can bus me to the market and I get my sausage, I'm happy. That's the...
that is one of the things.
I also want a pretzel. I want beer cheese. I want gingerbread. I want Christmas stuff. I want cake. I want.
Is this just a list of I want never gets, Lindsay?
I want Christmas chocolates.
I would like
fully Christmas in.
You want fully Christmas in?
Give it to me, fully Christmas.
Okay.
I feel that Christmas market cruise would do.
You did touch on just then one of the bits that I said we don't have to think about when on an ocean cruise as much. You can miss a port.
Mm-hmm.
But river cruise itineraries, you have to be very flexible in your mindset.
I'm very flexible at Christmas.
As long as they get you to a Christmas market.
I can be very flexible at Christmas.
It's not like I would imagine they have to go a long way down and sort of take you back. We've got sort of just to be aware of it, haven't you?
You've got to be aware of it, but as long as I'm just keep me fed.
So come back onto the cruise ship itself then.
Cruise ship?
Cruise boat? Riverboat. Yeah, so cruise boat. Cruise riverboat.
Riverboat.
Other than you've already mentioned the food element to it and the dining.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just to clarify, we haven't said we were concerned about the food because the food on river cruises, generally speaking, whenever we've seen it, looks fantastic.
Oh, great, yeah.
Have you got any other concerns about sort of the day-to-day when you're on the cruise, when you're not off it? Same way that I am.
I have a thing.
What's that?
Riverboat envy.
Riverboat envy?
Yeah, because on some of the times that you have to get off, in order to get off, you need to go up and over or
you walk through
other
people.
riverboats.
Yes.
And I don't want to get on there and go, we should have booked this boat. I don't want that. So maybe I get a blindfold.
When you walk in the ship, you just hold on to me.
You just guide me off. And then...
Well, you're not going to see, you're only going to see like a passageway. Right?
Yeah, but I can tell a lot from a passageway.
Yeah.
I can tell a lot from a passageway. So just maybe that's what I'm concerned about.
Okay.
If there's some, lovely crystal and artwork and maybe some marble, I'm good.
Do you not have any concerns in the same way I do about it being sort of quite small? You can walk from one end to the other in like 30 seconds, that you might be a bit bored?
No, because the plan is I'll be that drunk. It'll take longer than 30 seconds, so it's fine.
It'll be like at least a minute because you'll be going sideways.
Basically, yes.
Okay. I mean, that's sort of one way to consider it, I guess.
I mean, can I get them all wine?
No, we finished the wine.
We finished the wine?
That was the last of it. So no, you can't get any more wine at this point. Any other concerns for river cruising then?
No.
So to sum up then.
Christmas.
I think people have got the Christmas. Out of interest, if you weren't doing the Christmas one, what would you want to do and where?
Nile.
That's not the Nile.
Nile.
So if we weren't doing the Nile and we weren't doing Christmas,
No, I want to do the Nile.
do you get why I've got concerns about going there at the moment?
Just gin and tonics will get us through. I want to wear the wide brimmed hat and the linen out.
You just want to be like in Death from the Nile, don't you?
Death on the Nile.
What did I say? Death from the Nile?
Death from the Nile.
Well, I might be if you drank it.
Full Agatha Christie. Just, I want to do that. I want to see all the sights and feel like I'm in the Mummy.
You don't fancy doing something like the Mekong?
Yeah, Mekong.
Future T-shirt coming soon.
I would like to do that. I would also like to do where you do. Yeah, that'd be okay. That'd be okay. Nile. Nile.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. The Christmas market one, I think, is most likely for the first one. And then the Mekong style ones, I think, will be very good. But
Nice.
as a different one, what about ones across like the American lakes? Like the American Queen style? Keep getting less enthusiastic.
It looks nice. Looks nice. Nile.
So Christmas market, Nile is what we're saying.
I'd love. Yeah, that's my list.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
quite easy. I'm quite easy. I'm an easy person.
You just said a second ago you were hard work to sit next to at dinner.
But I'm easy to go on holiday with. Just don't sit next to me. Just don't sit next to me. I mean, if you have to sit next to me, prepare yourself.
Why? What do they need to prepare themselves for?
Oh, because they need to prepare themselves for whatever
Chaos follows.
chaos.
So,
I'm a chaotic person.
you know, it's just chaos tends to follow you.
That's not my fault.
Let's sum up.
Christmas, sausage, drinks.
And the concerns being size, price.
The sausage?
No, I'm not concerned about the size of the sausage or the price of the sausage. I imagine it will be large. I imagine it will be relatively expensive.
And German.
And cheesy. For you. I
honestly love a cheesy sausage. I remember one time going to the Christmas German market in Leeds. And this is from my other life. No, we were together.
Yeah, absolutely.
From a
different job.
And we went as a team to get to the Christmas markets to have a cheesy sausage.
Did you go specifically just to get a cheesy sausage?
It was with Amy. Oh, I love Amy. And there was the whole team there, but I was sat next to Amy. And it was the bench seating. So we're on a bench, and there's another bench in front of us. And I bit into the sausage, and the cheese shot across the table and landed
on a bag?
On the back of another lady.
So not in your team?
Not in our team. Random lady had cheese like white goo. Back of the coat, a black coat.
And were you just crying with laughter? Or did you apologise or just walk out quickly?
I didn't apologise.
Did the lady notice?
No, she wasn't.
And you didn't tell her she had a big cheesy gooey stain down her back?
Gooey stain. No. I love chaos.
I feel that could have been in next week's confession segment. I'm not convinced you got forgiveness from the lady. I'd have forgiven you.
Oh, if Amy's listening, Amy, love to you, Amy.
And to the lady whose bag was cheesed.
Back of the coat. Back of the coat.
Oh, I thought you said a bag.
No,
back
coat.
Of the coat. That's even worse.
Down the back of
Well, to the lady who Linzi
cream de cheese.
creamy cheese the back of your cup. She's very
Honestly.
Even if she doesn't look, it's at her now. I'll make sure she's sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But when you got home, it was...
Yeah, when you've been walking through the centre of Leeds and you got home and there's a white smear down your coat, you might have been a bit concerned. Let's move on. So, do you want to try river cruising then? Should we seriously properly look at them?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Well,
Let's do it.
And
I'm sorry you have to sit next to me, because it's hard to sit next to me.
I've got used to it after all this years.
It's
What were you meaning for other people?
It's so hard for other people.
Okay. Let's go on to our news stories. News story number 1.
Okay.
Princess Premiere.
Oh.
So we've just done our review 3 weeks ago. So it was inevitable we'd do our review and then the change.
This always happens. We put it out there and then the cruise company goes, yeah, they're so right. We should change it.
Well, one of the things we said in our review was that because we gave it a 10 out of 10.
We loved it.
We do like Princess Premier package. It works for us incredibly well.
Yeah.
One of the bits that we said is that we felt that still restricting it to just 2 specialty dining,
Yes,
especially when you're on longer cruises, if you're on like 14 days, is a bit sort of unfair.
Would you like a tequila shot? Shall I do some?
No, just you've still got wine in there.
Yeah, but I've only got...
We haven't got long to go, and then you'll be fine. When
I've had a really bad day at work as well.
going back to the Princess,
Sorry.
we said that we'd like them to do that. They've put the changes through this week.
Yes.
Primary change being it's gone up by $10
Per person per day.
person per night.
Per night.
Yeah. Because they do it on a per night basis.
Oh.
So even if you get on at 3 o'clock in the first day, you only get 9 hours of that day, but that's one night.
Yeah, but I'd hit it hard. It's fine.
Well, you have hit it hard on those ones. So it's up to $90 per person per night, what was previously rated. Having said that, there's often times where you can get offers on it.
Okay, yeah.
And we did it. We paid $45 for it.
Okay.
So, and that was only 2 months ago. So you can get it cheap. It now includes unlimited specialty dining.
Ooh.
Now, if you're going on some of the newer ships or the slightly bigger ones, so I would say like Sky, Enchanted, Star, when that comes out, or Sun, you've got a lot more specialty dining on there. If you're on some of the older ones, like we've just been on with Ruby Princess, it only had 2 specialty dinings.
Yeah, but I'd hit it. I'd hit that hard.
Well, you could go to... We would probably go to Sabatini's twice. Probably
Sabatini's
twice if we want.
Love Sabatini.
There were lots of other things on the menus that we would have liked to try. And
no salty dog.
We wouldn't have gone salty dog twice. But that word, you've already got unlimited as part of Princess Premier.
Okay.
So I think that's good. And like I said, if you're going on some of the newer ones, like Star, like Sun, that's out now, Star soon, then you've got a lot more choice. Anyway, it doesn't include the ultra speciality. So things like, I'm definitely fine without a tequila. It doesn't include things like Love by Brito. It doesn't include Spellbound. So the experience.
Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah.
It now includes unlimited drinks. Because previously, I thought you'd be up for that. Previously it was 15.
I've never done 15. No, I'm not that
no, you have done.
Girl. Have I done 15?
Yeah, you've done 15. We've never been cut off.
I've never been cut off?
No. Because I think it's at the sort of discretion of them as to whether, if you've had like 7 in your paralytic, they'll cut you off then. You can still be cut off if you're not in a fit state to be served anymore.
I'm always in a fit state.
You're always in that state. You're just happy. So unlimited drinks, and they've put a new super Wi-Fi.
Okay, I'm not bothered.
But we do use
You
it.
like a Wi-Fi?
Well, we use it a lot.
You use a Wi-Fi.
But what they're doing is essentially making the cruise nearly all-inclusive.
I like this.
There's still bits, because it includes your crew appreciation / gratuities, all those other bits. I would try to think when I saw this come out the other day, what else do they need to do to make it all inclusive? And I was struggling really to go, well, we had to pay for this or this or this.
Mm-hmm.
Because on our previous cruise where we had this, we didn't have a bill at the end of it for anything that wasn't something we bought in the shops.
No.
So the only thing that we had to pay for was the crab shack meal. That was it.
Okay, and we liked paying for that. That was
And we didn't mind.
No, okay, I like it.
Yeah. Any issues with them doing that? Do you think it's worth the extra $10?
Well, it's not $10, is it?
It's $70 on per person on a 10-night.
And how much would be Sabatini's if we wanted to book that?
40.
Okay. No, it's fine. They may proceed.
So all you've got to do is if you went to an extra 2 speciality dinings, you're up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you go to that normally? If you wouldn't, then it's a bit of a false economy, but also means you can enjoy it a bit more. Anyway.
Okay.
News story number 2.
Okay.
And this one might affect us. It might not.
Okay.
We've seen continued protests in Amsterdam.
Oh, yes.
Last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, firstly, we're just over a week ago at the time that we're recording when Royal Caribbean and Regent Seven Seas were restricted by the Extinction Rebellion, blocking the docks, stopping people getting into there.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's a very sort of touchy thing that...
Okay, take them out of it. Take them out of it.
Yeah.
If the cruise ships have put on the itinerary Amsterdam,
yeah,
and they can't pull into Amsterdam, but they still want to take their passengers to Amsterdam, what they do is they take them to another port and they bus them in on a vehicle that uses fossil fuel. Fossil fuel. Well done, you. Well done.
That's the problem with it. I get people protesting, and
protest.
There's a difference between protesting and stopping people being able to function. And we've had the same in the UK, where people sat on the M25, where they sat on trains, and that really didn't.
Do you know what happens when you block the M25?
What happens when you block the M25?
Nobody turns the car off.
No, you just create more fumes. It's a frustrating bit.
Look, I get it. I get it that we need to address these things. I get it.
And I think the cruise lines are addressing them, and I think there's still more that they can do. But they are addressing them. I think they're addressing them more than...
No, I mean, everybody's got to... But we've all...
But this is targeting the cruise line specifically. We're not trying to fix sort of
the world.
Climate control on this podcast. We're talking specifically about the cruise bit. And the cruise lines that are trying
to fix climate change on this podcast.
No, that's on the next episode. How to fix climate control.
Climate control?
Yeah. So that it's nice and cool all the time for me.
Yeah, well, that's wrong, you see. Anyway, we've gone into dodgy water, I feel.
We have. The reason for mentioning it...
Why have you put me in this position?
You can just sit and listen. Ambassador Ambition was just affected this weekend. And this coming week...
I'm getting tequila.
No tequila, just stay. We're nearly done. We go on Virgin, which is due to go into Amsterdam. So whether we'll be affected or not, we will tell you on the next cruise cast.
Okay.
Final news story, and hopefully this one will not get you as cross. I feel that it won't. Following on from Virgin, which we're going on this week, they've just announced their new Marvelous Voyages series.
No, I've not checked these out.
I'm amazed you haven't checked this.
I haven't checked these out. You did. I haven't checked them out yet.
So, they are a series of once-in-a-lifetime trips, which is how they're marketing them.
Nice.
Which includes the Panama one.
Oh, we're doing that.
We are doing that.
We've not announced it. We've just announced it now.
We have announced it before.
I don't think we have.
We've talked about it before.
I don't think we have.
We have.
Look, we've just announced it.
Well, we're doing for anyone that didn't know, we're doing the Panama cruise on Brilliant Lady in 2026. Well, 2026.
Well, I mean...
that's one of their ones. They will do them again.
I feel we've announced.
The ones that they're talking about within, and that Marvelous one is in there, is there's a big sort of interest in what has been termed as Astro cruising.
Okay.
So going to see like the Northern Lights.
Nice.
Going to see eclipses.
Lovely.
And that's one of the ones that they've just announced.
Yeah.
But they
Nice.
announced a couple of eclipse cruises
That sounds good.
on the 12th and 15th of August.
How lucky that the
Sorry,
Earth.
no, 12th of August for 12 and 15 nights.
How amazingly lucky is it in the grand scheme of things that the moon and the Earth and the sun are just in that orbit create
Is where
eclipses.
Lindsay's sort of goes down the wildfowls rabbit hole. So I will draw in, otherwise this podcast is going to be 3 hours long. If you'd like to hear more on Lindsay's moon theories, either sit next to her on a river
There's a
cruise.
shed on the moon.
Just let us know in the comments if you'd like to hear more of them in the future. Or I say, just sit next to her on a river cruise. And they're doing these special Astro cruises.
I love it.
Clips,
I love it.
where
I love it.
They're getting astronomers on to do talks. They're doing themed events such as a new moon ceremony, star-themed live orchestral music performances,
I love it.
yoga under the stars. Probably not good.
I love it.
But also doing putting telescopes on the top deck so people can sit up there with a cocktail and stargaze.
It's upside down.
What, the top deck?
No, when you look at it through a telescope, what you're looking at is upside down. Just remember.
I don't think it matters. So, are you interested in them?
I am. I wonder if they're going to have somebody talk about the moon.
Well, they're going to talk about new moon because they've got new moon sounds.
New moon.
They already have the moon as part of the octopus.
There is a moon, but I like this. I'm very interested.
I like that they're going.
Are they doing it? Are they doing the moon stuff on our Panama cruise?
No, because it's not an eclipse on our Panama cruise.
No, but is there a moon when we're on the Panama cruise?
Well, there'll be a moon.
No, but what type of?
Moon.
Just Google moon.
No, I'm not going down your rabbit hole.
No.
You can check after as whilst getting your tequila.
What are you going to say about it?
Well, I think that will bring us nicely to the end of this week's episode.
You getting your...
I will cheers because you've still got some wine in there. You've been moaning you haven't got any, and there's still some in there. And that was Lindsay putting the glass down for the audio ones, and amazingly it didn't smash, but she did spill it down as well. What little bit she had. Do you want to say bye to everyone?